aka DJ Rhino, in which this is the 2-in-1 hour in which we are doing it cooperative way. Yeah? Whenever it comes to 10 to 11, it's strictly part of the show that they're sponsoring, in which they're here to tell us more about how good or even why you should be opening your account with the cooperative, because I tell you some reasons for the past 7 to 8 days, but they're here to tell you more and more, because Gali Hajere beginning gear from customer Tasidi to Ashankan. For any question, they'll be here to answer them as well when it comes to your calls, and as well when it comes to the comment section, because we are living, and as well we are streaming live on our Facebook page and YouTube. In case if you have joined us, you guys are welcome to this very hour. Mr. Elijah, Mr. Benjamin, you guys are highly welcome to iRadio.
Thank you so much, Diko. Good to be here. We feel very, very much welcome.
The weather is weathering?
Oh yeah, a bit cold in here.
Okay, all right. You guys are welcome once again, and today we are going to be talking and highlighting Cooperative Bank of South Sudan. Together we are transforming live, and as per introduction, Mr. MD, you can just briefly introduce us cooperative and tell us who you are as well.
Thank you so much to the iRadio family, and good morning to the citizens of this beautiful country, South Sudan. My name is Elijah Malwa, and I'm here with my colleague Benjamin. I'm the managing director of Cooperative Bank of South Sudan, and happy to be here just to give an intro on who we are and when we came in. Coop Bank South Sudan is a bank, is a locally incorporated bank that has been here from 2013. We were actually incorporated in 2012.
Okay.
And Cooperative Bank of South Sudan is a subsidiary of a big bank in the region, Cooperative Bank of Kenya.
Okay.
This is a joint venture that brings together the cooperative movement in South Sudan together with the Cooperative Bank of Kenya.
Okay.
And I think it's good to note that Coop Bank Kenya has been in existence from 1965 and started very as a small cooperative society and became a bank in 1968. And that's the vision that we've had for South Sudan. And so when we came in and got incorporated in 2012, our vision was to focus on, building, supporting the growth and development of the cooperative movement in South Sudan.
Okay.
Because we feel that there is a great potential in the cooperative movement. And we'll be speaking a little bit into, what's a cooperative, what's a society, and what's this all about the cooperative fraternity.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've been here from 2013. We now currently are in Eastern Equatoria in Nimle with one branch. We have a branch in Bargazal, in Wau. We have 4 branches in Juba. And actually the very last one was opened 2 months ago in Gudele, and the Gudele people are very, very happy that we brought a branch closer to their doors. Yeah, so and the numbers there are very interesting. We're already seeing as if we might need to expand the space so that we can serve our customers better.
Okay.
But I think most importantly is also to note that we only don't serve our customers in the branches, but we have a model we call agency model that cuts across the country.
Okay.
And so we've literally gone to every state and every part of this country. We have services, we have counters, and we are able to reach out to our customers using the agency model.
Okay.
So very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And as well, Mr. Benjamin, we were told that the whoever is the admin of Cooperative Bank Facebook account is a Gen Z. and it definitely reflects on what I'm seeing now. Are you the admin?
Comment taken, but I don't think.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's only means I'm a little bit old.
Because like what got many attractive to cooperative, like the way that they do their marketing on social media. So like, this might be a Gen Z behind the keyboard.
Certainly. You're right.
Okay, you can just tell us also briefly about you, then we can carry forward.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Diko.
Yeah.
As my managing director has been saying, Cooperative Bank is a locally incorporated bank.
Yeah.
Maybe to begin with, my name is Benjamin William, and I'm the marketing and communication at Cooperative Bank of South Sudan, and we deal with a range of products. My MD here has touched based on the agency banking, the various accounts that are specially made and specially designed for all our local needs, maybe company, individuals, and even one of our most special countries is the Mara Muhtaram. I remember we once came back, I think last year, and we talked much about it, and we're still really advertising and pushing that let our women be part of the movement of financial inclusion and financial literacy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Before getting into knowing the accounts and the services that our corporate is having, getting back to you, Mr. MD, like why did your bank choose to come to South Sudan? Because you can either be in any other different country. You can be in Sudan, you can be in Egypt, you can be anywhere else. Like why South Sudan?
Thank you so much, Diko. You know, South Sudan and Kenya have had a very close relationship in the years gone by.
Yeah.
And tell you the truth, South Sudan is special to Kenya, and vice versa.
Yeah.
When you visit Kenya, you certainly will meet quite a number of South Sudanese in there, and a number of South Sudanese have families in Kenya, and so Kenya played a key role in supporting South Sudan to get their liberation.
Okay.
And after independence, of course, it was important that there had to be a big brother to stand by South Sudan to see that we set up structures, systems, so that the country is able to forge forward.
Okay.
And one of the areas that this was really critical is the financial sector. And so reflecting on our past, where initially the very local Kenyan could not access banking services from the then, those early years of 60s, from the existing international banks. We knew that that this country, being the youngest country, that will need some form of intro through, trying to transform the informal into the formal structure. Bring in the concepts like cooperative movement so that we are able to actually support the informal groups and bring them into the financial system. So we opted to come, as a bank, we opted to come to South Sudan because we saw that there was a special relationship. But also when you look at South Sudan, it has a big potential. I mean, it's a country that's just waiting to go, you know. And so Cooperative Bank, looking at the region, the various options we had, we thought that South Sudan is a good place to be. And true to what we had seen before, there's a big dream that is being unfolded in South Sudan. There's a big dream that is being unfolded.
That's for sure. And with any different organization or bank or whatever the case might be, they always have a vision, and as well a slogan. What make it unique when it comes to a cooperative bank with the vision they're having and the mission that they're preparing themselves in the country, and as well the slogan itself?
Great. Thank you so much for that. Yes, true, we exist with a vision. And just to break it down, our vision is to be the leading dominant bank. We want to lead, we want to dominate. Yeah. Because we are leaders and we also dominate in the Kenyan market and in the region. So we want to lead and dominate as part of our vision, and with special emphasis on the cooperative movement, because we see a great potential in this country moving forward, riding on cooperatives as a vehicle. Cooperative is a system where people with common interests come together, put together the little that they have to build a fund that is actually able to support the economics. Okay. And so with the little that everybody has in this country, and this country being a very wealthy country from a resource perspective, we think that through this cooperative model, and noting that we are the biggest cooperative bank in Africa, and so we feel that this model could be rolled out here, just as we rolled it out in Kenya, support this country to develop. So our vision looks at that in terms of leading and dominance in South Sudan. And our mission is basically to provide value-add financial services to diverse sectors of this economy. We have a very interesting slogan where we say, what we would call a tagline from the Gen Zs is together we transform lives.
Yes, for sure.
Together we transform lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to you, Mr. Elijah, of course, Arabic.
Arabic, shwaya.
Khalas, with the shwaya, let's get to Mr. Benjamin. Who can best be summarize what Mr. MD have just mentioned to us?
شكرا شديد للمستمعين حقنا. زي ما المدير حقنا كان قاعد بقول، احنا كوبراتيف بانك، احنا طبعا بنك تعامل. سو احنا بنتعامل لان عندنا الفيجن كبنكي انه كيف نقدر نمسك، كيف نقدر dominate South Sudan market حقنا.
وصل كده.
Yes, yes.
Okay, when it comes to the journey, since you have mentioned about the years, Mr. MD, how has your journey been since in expedition?
I would say it's been interesting, challenging, but also fulfilling.
Yeah.
Not that we opened our doors on 19 September 2013. I was here that time, and in a different capacity. And hardly 3 months down the line, we ran into the political crisis in 2013. And so the dynamics of the market changed from that time. And all along, there have been those ups and downs, turbulences from the political, from the economic perspective. But as I said, it's been fulfilling because we have been able to make a significant contribution to the country of South Sudan. We've been able to see lives changed. You know, we have interacted with the various stakeholders, be it the government. I'll tell you for sure that the proposal for commercial banks to start collecting taxes in the model that's used now, Cooperative Bank of Kenya was a pioneer for Kenya Revenue Authority in Kenya. Oh. And Cooperative Bank of South Sudan also became a pioneer for the then National Revenue Authority, now South Sudan Revenue Authority, because we brought in that concept and convinced the government that there will be much more savings if this model was used, where funds actually taxes are paid through commercial banks.
Yes.
And we feel that that's a great contribution. Over the years, we have been recognized, our contribution has been recognized, and we have been, we've won the Bank of the Year Awards in 2019, in 2022, in 2023 and 2024 through the Chamber of Commerce. Happy that we now have 6 branches, but much more. We have agents across the country. Happy to have participated and rolled out a number of CSR activities that have benefited schools, have benefited churches, among other organizations. We have collaborated with other agencies to support different groups within our society, including the cooperatives and the ministries, the government ministries, in a number of activities. Coop Bank has played a key role in that. And most importantly, which I shouldn't forget to mention, is that today I meet people in the streets and say, oh, I used to work for Cooperative Bank. I'm really happy with what you people did. You transformed my life when they're working for other organizations. So that knowledge transfer has also been quite an achievement for us. And we're happy that in spite of the ups and downs that we could talking about the turbulence of the inflationary hyperinflation for this market, talking about the political crisis, that we've still been able to navigate through, and Coop Bank is known as one of the leading banks in this market.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Talking about the economy of South Sudan, I would love to first you answer, when did you come into leadership when it comes to you being the MD of Cooperative Bank, and as well, what inspired you to lead a cooperative bank in South Sudan in this fragile economy of South Sudan, because it can be one of the challenges as well that you might be facing.
I'm the kind of person who looks at the future.
Yeah.
And when I came in 2013, I came in with some colleagues, and they looked at the country and said, this is not what we expected. The other countries are far much ahead. Yeah. So I said, you have too close in CBD. What kind of a country is this? Yeah. But I told them, Chief, you don't know what potential is in this country. So having, appreciated that work, I could see the River Nile, I could only see the wealth that is in this country, that the citizens are yet to enjoy. And so, as I said, I look at the future. I came into the position of managing director in the year 2017. Okay. But previously, I was in different other capacities. And my joy is to be able to look back and say, I participated in transformation. That's the joy that I have. My quest for leadership is to say, every day as I look back, is to check to see what have I been able to do. Is there something I can look at? And so I'm very happy that there are a number of things I can look at, including, as I said, transformation of people. That there are people today who are running our branches, and they recognize that there was an input that was done from my end and from my other team members. So it is exciting for me. in this capacity to see that I'm able to make a contribution.
Okay.
And that gives me a drive that even when I leave, I'll be able to look back and see and say that indeed I'm happy with what I've done. Yeah.
Okay. When it comes to the challenges, how are you handling the challenges, and even what are some of the challenges that you have had so far faced?
Yeah, many. Start with the current one.
Yeah.
Mafi Gurush. You know, people go to the banks and, I can't withdraw my money.
Yes.
It's a systemic issue that sometimes you get into such kind of challenges in a market like this. But we know that these are short term. The issues of look at this year, we've had disruption of the oil, which affects traders who you are banking, many of whom have borrowed from Cooperative Bank, for instance. They are running loans, they are expected to pay, but their trading lines have been affected. You know, talk about the conflicts that sometimes arise from different parts of this country. They have a bearing, and they eventually end up affecting the functionality or the operations of a commercial bank. Talk about even the agricultural sector, where we have a lot of interest. And we support some of the agricultural value chain players. Yet you find that the floods come in and they affect the operations. Some year ago, the locusts affected those operations. You know, the issues of COVID, when COVID came up, the issues sometimes we've had where we have cross-border conflicts, and so you realize that traders are no longer able to bring in their goods as they did. So some of those have had a significant bearing on the operations of the bank, including the global challenges. You know, when you hear there's war in Syria, there's war in Israel and etc., it has a bearing on this market, because some of those markets are suppliers to this country. And so we are happy that we are still standing. I know there are banks that have collapsed or shut down, or they exist by name, but they are no longer operational. But today, Diko, I'll tell you, you can walk into Cooperative Bank and still access a loan. You can walk in there and put in your money and expect some interest out of your investment, meaning that the bank is still standing and offering, products and services in spite of the challenges that are there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. MG, for that very highlights that you gave us. Getting back to the Gen Z, Mr. Benjamin, you mentioned earlier on about the services, the hub. You mentioned about the Mara Muhtaram, but also I would love you to mention about the products that Cooperative Bank is offering, because then again, and then they at some point I feel like, are those listeners really believing what I'm saying? But here you are, and you can highlight it, because as I mentioned, it will be so good. It comes from you, and you'll be highlighting more about the products of the offers that you'll be giving to the customers.
Okay, شكرا شديد. طبعا عربي هجيبها مرات فوق تهيت في باقي كلمات أنا ما أعرفه بعربي، لكن أنا بحاول عشان كيف ممكن أقدمه بعربي. إحنا عندنا حسابات كتار، عشان زي ما أنا قلت في البداية، حساباتنا طبعا احنا عاملينه بطريقه ان بقدر بوصل لاي انسان. بقدر بوصل لجنا، عندنا جامبو جونيور للعيال. جامبو جونيور ده سبيشالي للعيال، اي زول من عمره 17 لتحت احنا عندنا له حساب اسمه جامبو جونيور. المين اوبجيكتيف ولا المين الهدف اللي احنا كنا دايرينه للجامبو جونيور، انه شوفها ما عندهم طريقه يوصلوا لاسمه ده للجنسيه. ممكن يفتحوا حساب بشهاده ميلاد حقهم. ده احنا جبناه جنبه جونيور. اي زول ما عنده جنسيه وعمره 17 لتحت وعايز يكون عايز يفتح حساب ولا عايز يبدا بانكينج بدري، عشان طبعا احنا بنقول بلاند كيدز، لكن اي زول عايز يكون بلاند كيد من عمره 17 لتحت ممكن يفتح جنبه جونيور. عندنا حسابات، عندنا حسابات كتير للسيفنجز. انا عارف الناس كتير بسالوا عندكم يا نوع بتاع سيفنج، والسيفنج عندكم الحساب السيفنجز اللي عندكم عنده انترست. نعم عندنا حسابات، عندنا 2 حساب للسيفنجز. عندنا واحد اسمه حكمه اكاونت. حكمه اكاونت ده ان انت بتقدر تاخد قروشك وكله بعد 3 شهر انت بتطلع مره واحد. احنا جايبينه لناس سبيسيفيكلي لناس اللي يدينا ما بقدر بمسك قروش عشان في بعض مرات انت بتفتح حساب وكل مره تقدر تمشي تطلع قروش من حسابك.
I think Benjamin, if you want to talk to me direct about Hekma account, you talk to me direct, yeah. I can be part of those people who cannot hold, like, I just have money. I want to go buy food, I want to go buy bags, I want to do makeup, I want to do this, I want to do that. I think Hekma account would be a very good
yeah. So عندنا حسابات زي حبة حبة، ده طبعا ده تاني واحد، لكن مع الحبة حبة انت كل مرة بتقدر تطلع قروشك زي ما انت عايز. يلا عندنا حسابات بتاع الامرأة اللي احنا تكلمنا فوقه، مرة محترم. وعندنا حسابات البيزنس اكاونت اللي احنا عاملينه سبيشالي للبيزنسز، لاي بزنس. انت اي بزنس انت ممكن شنو تجي تفتح معنا حسابات. الريكوايرمنتس حقه فيه طبعا طوال، لكن في البدايات لازم البيزنس حقك يكون مسجل. يا ده واحد. وعندنا حسابات كتير للبيزنسز، حبه حبه. عندنا حبه حبه للبيزنسز كمان، اللي هو سيفنج اكاونتس لكن للبيزنسز. واكبر ولا احسن حاجه احنا عملناه في زي كوبراتيف بانك انه احنا عندنا فيزر كارد لاي حساب. بيت جنبو جونيور انت بتقدر تستلم فيزر كارد. انت حبه حبه حكمه وحيد ممكن ما عنده فيزا كارد لكن باقي حساباتنا كلها عندها فيزا كارد. سو عندنا other solutions اللي احنا فتحناه للشركات اللي هو تريد فاينانس، اللي هو لونز. يا ده البنفيتس عشان انا عارف اساسا بسالك انا فتحت حساب سو وات، انا فتحت حساب في شنو تاني. يا سو احنا بنقول لك عندنا بنفيتس، واي فرع انت اي اقرب فرع معك انت بتقدر تمشي هناك وانت بتسال. احنا بنك مفتوح. سو ناس بخافوا، في باقي ناس بخافوا. Some people are afraid like banking is for special kind of people. Banking is for the rich. I have 10,000 SSP. Why should I open an account? So احنا بنقول لك بنك مفتوح. سو احنا ما بنك بتاع ناس خنيانين، احنا ما بنك بتاع ناس فقراء. زي السلوغان حقنا بقول together. سو احنا سوا لازم بنخير حياة بتاعنا.
That's for sure.
شكرا.
Wow. And as well, the other question that I have received earlier on or last week about the mobile internet banking, how the mobile internet banking really works, because some of the content I said like let me just throw the ball to you, maybe you can shade more highlight on it.
شكرا. So زي ما انا قلت حساباتنا كمان احنا الموبايل والانترنت بانكينج حقنا احنا جايبينه ككونفينينس. احنا جايبينه كطريقه تاني انت بتقدر تتواصل مع حسابك. سو الموبايل بانكينج والانترنت بانكينج لما تفتح حساب انت من حقك، لما تفتح حساب من حقك انت تفتح موبايل بانكينج وانترنت بانكينج عشان كيف تقدر تتابع حساب حقك. هو فري اوف تشارج. سو انا اعرف الناس بتخاف اصلا لو فتحت موبايل بانكينج لان انا لازم ندفع قروش. لا حسابات حقنا كله انت بتفتحه مجان. بالموبايل بانكينج انت فتحت بزنس اكاونت. You can be able to still access your account through internet banking. If you have an individual account, you can still be able to access your account through mobile banking. Yes.
Okay. Getting back to you, Mr. MD, what role do you think the bank could play in promoting financial literacy and trusting among communities and traditionally rely on informal saving type of a system? Because like if you go to the villages, people are still, even not in villages, even here in Juba, people are still keeping their money under the bed sheets. You know, and even under the beds, or they just put it in any corner of the house. So like how do you think a bank really could play a role in promoting the financial literacy?
Thank you so much, Diko. I think we must grow together, and that's why the issue of transformation comes in, that together we transform lives. And what we've done for us is to try as much as possible to be at the village level, the payams, down there, and interact. So along the years, we realized that the commercial bank is here, is in a particular place. Cooperative bank is here, but you're getting somebody who comes to you and says, I want a loan. When you ask him, do you have a bank account? He says, no, I've never had a bank account. He says, me, I deal in livestock, I sell cows, and I need some money to go and buy a number of herds of cows and etc. So we realized that there's a gap between the mainstream bank and the potential clients. So in 2018 we formed an agency, a subsidiary we call Cooperative Consultancy agency.
Okay.
Now, this cooperative consultancy agency was to help to act as a midwife,
Okay.
to midwife the informal into the formal. So along the years, what has happened is that they have gone and interacted at the village level.
Okay.
They have sat with those mamas, they have sat with those yabas at the village level, and taught them about the essence of banking, getting into a banking system. One of the things we are working on is trying to transform the village savings and lending associations that holds a pool of funds at the local level into the mainstream bank. So what we do, we try to convert the village savings village savings groups into cooperatives, so that they can have a legitimate or legal identity. Because when you come to the bank, you either must have an ID as a person, or you must have a formal identity as an entity, as an organization. So the VSLS are informal and they don't have that legitimate identity. So we've converted a number into cooperatives, giving them a legitimate identity, and then we bring them into the banking system. And so CCIA is able now to sit with them and organize some training, capacity building, so that they are able to appreciate the benefits of banking. And at the same time, when we came up with Mara Mutaram, it was specifically to try and bring in the women into the banking system. Because in South Sudan, I think the women had been left behind. And we've seen numbers coming, and it's been very exciting to see women. Some are already doing some small business coming up, and maybe a parting shot on that one is that the Mara Mutaram is supposed to enable women to be able to get to a point where they can access a loan without a collateral like land or a big asset somewhere, where they will just work in a group and then they co-guarantee each other and apply for a loan from the bank, and then based on your savings, if you have saved, maybe assume 100 units, we say we can give you 3 times based on the business you're doing. So you see, this in a way enhances that inclusivity, where women can actually now borrow without going to their husbands to say, can you give me a piece of land to secure my loan?
All right. Interesting. Getting to you, Mr. Benjamin, how do you think a cooperative bank leveraging technology and to bridge the gaps in service delivery and financial inclusion?
اوكي شكرا شديد. سو احنا حاليا مستخدمين 2 طريقة. سو زي ما احنا قلنا، تكلمنا عن انترنت بانكينج، موبايل بانكينج، وتكلمنا عن فيزا كارد. انت لو شفت ال3 حاجات دي كلها حاجات يعني that's banking beyond a physical location. Yeah, because that's banking beyond a brick and mortar. يعني ده حاجات ما لازم تمشي للبنك عشان تقدر شنو، عشان تقدر توصل لقروشك. الموبايل بانكينج حقنا احنا عاملينه بستراكشر، يعني انت ممكن تمشي لاي ايجنت وانت بتقدر لسه تطلع قروشك. انا عارف الناس بتسال مومو، بتسال قروش، بتسال كل الانتجريشن، وده حاجه الموبايل بانكينج حاليا، لان احنا قافلين الجاب بالموبايل والانترنت بانكينج حقنا بالفيزا كارد. سو حاليا انت ما يعني ما لازم تمشي في كوبراتيف بانك عشان تقدر تشتري تطلع قروش عشان تمشي تشتري حاجه. كيف انت بتقدر تستخدم الفيزا كارد حقك ميبي ان سوبر ماركت؟ كيف انت بتقدر تستخدم الفيزا كارد حقك في اي محل، اي محل برا من جنوب السودان. سو احنا حاليا شايفين عشان الناس متخارجين من local or traditional means of banking, where I need to go to the bank, I need to stand in a line, I need to withdraw money, I need to use that money to go and buy an item. How do we move digital? Through that, we've enhanced our agency banking, we've enhanced our internet and mobile banking in a way that convenience, in a way that you can access it at any and each time of your day conveniently. We have enhanced our Visa card, and right now we are still trying to roll something that's even bigger. I wouldn't want to talk about it right now, but it's something bigger. That we are trying to launch, so that we're able to bridge the gap in terms of technology and how banking operates.
still الناس اللي دوبك اقدر جويننا لسه بنصب عليكم، وانا بكمل مرحبا بيتكم في 211 hour اللي هو فقره بتاع السماء بتاع غند بتاع الجنوبين. لكن الليله عندنا ضيف مخصص لكم الناس اللي سالنا سؤالات كتير عن cooperative bank South Sudan. They're here and they have talked more and more about how their service, or even where are they, and even where are they coming from, because as the MD have mentioned the history of how they came all the way from Kenya, and as well they're here in South Sudan for very long years, and how they are able to be helping you, transforming your lives together with your banking and service that you love to have when it comes to your transactions. 0922-986-986 tabukuna gambitana bitatawasul inu kif takum bagdar asalu questions takum darasalu au kan fi iza fi stifsar anendu Mr. Elijah, the managing director and the CEO of Cooperative Bank South Sudan, and as well the marketing and communication Mr. Benjamin. They're here to give you the right answers to your questions. Also, don't forget that we are streaming live on our Facebook page. Someone by the name Moses is following us from Gudele. Utabe wasteme mushahid abr Facebook. Those are some of the comments that we do have. And then also someone the Cooperative Bank of South Sudan hasn't posted any job vacancy for the last 2 years. Are they following really?
That's interesting. That's interesting. We have actually employed people this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you got the answer. I think you better make sure that you follow those people on their social, so that you cannot be missing the opportunities. Because as their plan is that they have opened a new branch in Gudele, and there are many other plans that they are going to be giving you people. So make sure that you follow them up so that you'll be notified with whatever Cooperative Bank is having. Also, when it comes to the loan products, Anna Gibela mentioned about the accounts and the services, and now getting into the loan products and facilities. What can you be telling us about it?
One is to mention that we've given out loans. I think we've been very aggressive in giving out loans in this country. At some point, I don't know the numbers now, but some years ago we actually had 40% of the loan book in this country across the banks. Maybe the numbers have changed a bit, but we give both individual loans and business loans. For individual loans, largely we rely on salaries. If you have a salary that is regular from a stable entity, then you actually can be supported to access a personal loan. Personal loans are good for just meeting some small projects, needs here and there, cover up for some shortcomings that may be there. What we ask for are basic in terms of bring a letter from your employer to introduce you, bring your payslip for the last 3 months, and then we can progress discussions. We have lending officers across the branches. Business loans, yes, we have big and small. And what we support mostly are those who have already started up some business. I know there are many people that have come and say, I want to start a business. Commercial banks prefer supporting somebody who's already doing something. You've started small, but you want to be scaled up, then you can come. And what we look at largely is your banking habits, your cash flows, and most often would ask you for a collateral or a security to be able to cover up for the lending that you'll be accessing. And we've had a number of people, coming in, paying up their loans, and we have so many repeat customers at the moment. And so if you have a building somewhere, you can use it as a collateral. We, unfortunately for the country, we are not yet at that point where we can use what we call as chattels. Chattels are like movable assets, like vehicles and the like, as a security. That is yet. There's a bit of regulatory framework that needs to be developed to enable us to do that, because in other countries, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, you can take your vehicle as a security, as a collateral, and then you'll be able to borrow. But at the moment, most of the collaterals is a landed property, and we rely on your banking habit, and your cash flows. And then you can access.
As well, when it comes to some of we are Africans, and for most cooperative banks in Africa, we can it end up in politicizing or even a donor dependency. How do you ensure you doesn't cooperative bank doesn't fall into this trap?
Into donor dependencies?
Yes.
Oh my, we are development focused. And one of the things that we keep shouting about is that the moment you continue or you get yourself into a dependency syndrome, then your development will be hampered.
That's for sure.
So previous years, what we've done is we've actually held forums. We call them summits. Development summits, and we've invited donors to come in. And what we are telling the donors is that, look, we are here. We want to give loans to these people. You have been giving more or less like sometimes I give grants, and this has not been helpful, especially in a number of areas, because people have then now just depended on the givings that are coming from the donors. But we have come out as a commercial bank to say we are able to build capacity, do a bit of financial literacy, build a bit of business skills, and support individuals to access some credit facility from our end. What we have been asking the donors to do is to partner, because sometimes we want a bit of a shielding so that the pricing of the loan is not too high for the clients. So we've been asking donors to try and come in and bridge that gap to see that they're able to cushion the low cost so that the pricing can be a better price. So like this year we're rolling out one of its kind projects, and it's an agricultural support project together with a couple of donor agencies, in particular in IFAD and UNDP also supporting the structure of this. And this will largely be supporting cooperatives and specifically actors who are within the agricultural sector. Give them a bit of loans, and CoopBank has actually made a contribution that will actually contribute to the kitty to be able to see that farmers actually access loans to do agricultural activities. So we want them to take loans rather than depend on donations, because the moment they learn the aspect of regeneration of your cash, then they'll be able to stand on their own. So we are not saying completely shut out the donations. No, they could still come, but we need to incline much more to the developmental aspect. How can I help an individual to be able to generate his own money through a lending? When you borrow, you have to pay back. So I'll be following you. I give you money, but I follow you month on month to see that you are paying back. And the moment you adapt to that style, you're a better person than just receiving donations and walking away.
That's for sure. And mentioning about the loans and the interest, in mostly banks in South Sudan, or the cooperative banks in South Sudan, like there are more of critics being said they are more of a survival than a service, offering high interest loans and low returns to members. How could you respond to such general assumption?
One is that the context has to be understood. That lenders look at the risk before they lend the money. And usually the prices become higher where the risks are high, because you want to cushion the likely loss. So the likely loss of default is higher for countries like South Sudan, given where we are, because out of the norm, something could just, out of the non-issue, something happens and you find that the market is shut and you're not able to service your loan. This may not happen in other structured countries, other stable countries, maybe to some extent. And so because of the high risk, you find that Africa has rates that are a little bit high. Europe, you'd borrow at 2-3%, or even 1%, because they have developed systems to be able to establish, to know what's the level of risk in giving money to Benjamin or to Elijah, who would be a better bait. But I mentioned earlier in your earlier question that we're working with partners like the agencies, the UN agencies, to try and subsidize. For instance, now the loans that we are giving through the IFAD project are highly subsidized, such that it's not a commercial rate. You are borrowing below 10%. That's a very, very good rate for anybody that will be borrowing. That's even lower than what people borrow in Kenya, in Uganda, and Tanzania. You get the point. So the donors come in to subsidize and also to give a leverage to the banks to be able to feel a bit more safer to give out this money. So this will not be this way for long. I know progressively as the market transforms that the rates are also going to tumble a little bit, and also as competition stiffens, as other banks come up, then banks will have to bring down their lending rates.
All right, getting back to you, Mr. Benjamin, as we are signing out very shortly. South Sudanese youth are on TikTok, WhatsApp and Facebook. 75% of the population are youth. How are you going to be putting a strategy of turning the followers into customers, not just only spectators who are just looking into Facebook, just scrolling?
Thank you. That's actually a very, very Very good question. Just to start up, as you said, 75% are youth, and even if when you look at the 75% that are youth, you will realize less than 20% of these youth are banked.
Yes.
So of the 80% that are unbanked, you come to realize that there is a larger percentage of that statistics that are bankable and the unbankable. So the unbankable are usually the ones that have not yet purchased or acquired a national ID. You look at the ones that maybe schools, students. So one thing that we are doing currently, we have various campaigns that we are running, various campaigns that we intend to run. One thing maybe we forgot to talk about, I know the Gen Zs are wondering, you mentioned Jumbo Junior, I'm 18 years and above. What special account do you have for us? And I think for the youth, we have a year account that are specially designed for people, the youth. Okay, not the youth perspective where we say I'm a senior youth.
40 years and they're calling them youth.
Yes, yeah, but the youth where we say it's 18 to 35. Yes, 18 to 35, where we have a year account that's specifically designed for them. So we are rolling some campaigns currently that we intend to run in universities, because we believe by the time you reach a university, this means you've passed through P8, and one of the necessities at P8 is a national ID to acquire registration. It's called not a registration, but yes, it's a registration number. So I think we have a lot of campaigns that we intend to run in schools for starters, and then we have a lot of expansion plans, not to only focus in Juba, because we believe that large of the percentage of youth also are in states. So we have plans to run campaigns in WOW, where it's also one of our latest branches that was just launched last year. So with WOW, we are expanding to Kwajok, where we have an agent that's about to be launched. We are intending to also go to Nimuli, where we have one of the best branch, and I hope Numili people are listening. We have a branch there. I know majority might not know, but we have a branch in Numili, and we are advising and we are calling out the youth, come and bank. Yes, the MD mentioned a very necessary and most important point about who is eligible to loans, and I think that's one of the best questions that youth usually ask. I'm a startup. I'm planning to start a business, and I need a loan. How are you going to reach out to me? So you've heard from the big man. So the next time you don't come and say Cooperative Bank are lying. The big man said you're eligible to loan, but are you banking? Because that's the bigger question. What steps are you taking to also meet us at a point? Yeah, as we meet you at your loan demands, what are you doing to reach us there? Are you bankable? Do you have a healthy banking history and all those requirements? So yes, we have a bigger plan for the youth, because we make 75% of the country. So we have very, very, very big plans for you.
I have some comments here to read, because we're just left for some 7 minutes at the top of the hour. Amayana Abag is saying, this is a nice show, thanks for enlightening us, but I have a concern. According to your previous post on official Facebook page, it seems like you guys are giving personal loans to only Chelsea fans. What about the other fans? Like, what about the Man United, the Real Madrid? You people are not giving them. They need equality, and they need some balance in that.
I'm an Arsenal fan.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, you had it, man. I hope you have you got your answer correctly. I got back is saying, good morning, I radio. I'm watching you live from Kampala. I have two questions directed to the guests in the studio. The Cooperative Bank of South Sudan has been operating since 2013, since when we have seen a worsening economic crisis that has deeply affected ordinary citizens as leaders or representatives involved in this very program. What message can you give us, especially considering that many people believe that Cooperative Bank is partly responsible for raising economic problems, including the soaring of exchange rate, where the dollar is now far stronger than the South Sudanese pound? Then the second question, what advice will you give to those who believe in Cooperative Bank of South Sudan? Is one of the corrupt institution in South Sudan? And finally, can you clarify, is Cooperative Bank a commercial bank or a national bank? Thank you.
Thank you so much for those comments. And of course, the time would never be enough.
Yes.
But let me just say, I think the issue of the foreign exchange rates needs to be understood. And South Sudan needs to know that if we enhance our production, there's a slogan where we say, if we eat what we produce and produce what we eat, that will mark a turnaround for our country. Why do we have the rates tumbling and becoming the local currency losing value? It's not because of central bank or Ministry of Finance. It's largely because everybody needs the dollar to import things from out of the country. You know? And so there's a lot of demand for the dollar, and that disadvantages the economics of South Sudan as a country. But if we can address that, start producing our tomatoes, our onions, our chicken locally, so that we don't need the dollar, we will immediately start seeing a change where the local currency will now strengthen. So we shouldn't be deceived that the rising of rates is because of commercial banks. No, it's a demand and supply kind of a challenge, where the higher the demand, then the suppliers will be able to push back. And as the dollar continues to gain strength, is because there's pressure for it. You have 10 people who want $1, and so the one who was $1 then decides to price it higher. You get the point? And so our hope, but there is hope. So our hope is attending or turning around that tide, where we will focus on local production. And if that happens, then that would work out for this country. And on the other, I'm not sure I got the other comment very well, but we are a commercial bank, yes. But you can also look at us as a, cooperative is more in terms of a developmental bank. As I said initially in the origination, is that we are here to build and develop the cooperative movement. And so we are here not just to make money. No, that's really not. And by the way, we had the option to come and register like a private bank, with very minimal local shareholding. But in our structure, the cooperative movement has 49% of shareholding. We particularly wanted to have a big shareholding, and at some point that will be enhanced, so that the people of South Sudan will actually be able to hold almost 60% of the ownership of the bank. That means from every profit that the bank makes, it trickles down to the citizens of South Sudan. So they are gained. So you need to see cooperative as a development partner and not just a commercial bank that is here to make money. We want to retain a lot of what we make so that we can build this country. Okay. Thank you.
Any last words you will have to tell people who have been watching and also listening?
Okay, thank you. I think from me, it's typically to encourage us to bank, because financial inclusion starts with you, starts with us, it starts with everyone. So for us to reach a point where we are developmental, this means personal development and the national development at large, we need to bank. Yeah, and then to people who have been outside, I know, Junubin, we have the tendency of comparing our country with other countries. If you look at what other countries did, is they bank. So you have a credit line, you have a history of banking, you're able to get credit, you're able to develop yourself, you're able to buy that dream car, you're able to build that dream house, and it's all possible when you bank. And that's why we are here as a bank. And banking is not only for the rich. That's a very big myth about banking. People feel if they have 100,000, 50,000, they shouldn't bank. So we are encouraging the border riders, we're encouraging the taxi drivers, we're encouraging even the mama bongas, all the mamas that are selling in the market, that each and every person of them is bankable. And our banks, our doors are always open for them.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sir?
Your future is bright. South Sudan has a lot of potential. What we are going through as a country now is short term. And many African countries have had to go through this in their development journey. So let's not lose hope, and let's work with the bank. Take Cooperative Bank as a partner, free to walk in there and have discussions, free to meet all manner of clients, and I'm happy to discuss deeper into these issues. We will be rolling out a number of initiatives, new products and services in the coming 12 months, and I hope that our citizens will be ready to, work with us. And enjoy the products and services that will be rolling out. It's been nice to be here. Thank you so much, Diko, and we hope that we'll be back again to discuss more. Thank you.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That had been the MD, the Managing Director and CEO of Cooperative Bank South Sudan, Mr. Elijah. And then, of course, we do had joined by marketing and communication personnel. That is Mr. Benjamin. Inshallah, it's a kind of join, and you can always go back because this program have been live streamed on our Facebook and as well YouTube. But in case of any questions, don't forget from 10 to 11 every Monday to Friday is strictly a cooperative bank hour. You can always ask me the question and I can forward you to the team. As they mentioned, they are located at Juba, Kololo, Wow, Numule, Gudele, Melikia, Gumbo Sherikad with the agency. And in case you don't know those locations, you can always give them a call on their customer line, which is 092900122. Or you can even follow them on their Facebook page. But from me to you, it was nice having you, gentlemen. Till next time, have a blessed one.